Name is Leedz Edutainment, CEO. Run Boston's #1 hip-hop promotions company. We also run a record label, Leedz Edutainment, the record label. Put out 7 releases this year. And we do multiple hip-hop shows from 1 to 3 a week, continuously. I've been doing it for about 5 years now. Basically how it started was, I was a DJ for years, and I started in about '98. DJ'd for, say, probably about 5 years steadily, and I just got I was in New Hampshire, and I was working steadily, but I wasn't really playing the music I wanted to play. I was working in the clubs, and I was just playing like commercial top 40 stuff, and I just really wasn't creatively fulfilled. I still had, I had been a die-hard lover of hip-hop and just underground, whatever, but I did not like the mainstream stuff. So DJing made me play the mainstream, so I wasn't kind of really feeling that whole atmosphere that I was getting involved with. Even though I was getting paid, it still wasn't really working. So when I finished college in New Hampshire, I got my associates in business management, and I wanted to be in the music industry. So I then decided I wanted to go to school to study music. So I enrolled in Northeastern and went there. And I wanted to be in Boston, so Northeastern took me after my grades were crap, but finally after another year in community college, I got my grades up and they took me in. And then from there, when I first got to Northeastern, within the first 3 months of being there, I got an internship at the #1 promotions company at that time, which was Metro Concepts. And Metro Concepts was at that time promoting music from record labels when people put albums out. It was a guerrilla marketing company, so if you put an album out, major, independent, whatever, you'd hire these guys to street team it for you in Boston market. And I was a street team kid, and they would give me the product, and I would go around and hit up all the club let-outs and in the retail stores, and just basically wherever just very guerrilla, hand-to-hand marketing, flyers, all that good stuff. And from there, they also did shows. They also promoted hip-hop shows. But they were kind of getting away from that at that time, and I was very intrigued by the hip-hop shows because, to me, it was a way, very important, and I was going to shows all the time, and I love shows. So they kind of taught me how to do shows, and within a year of being there, I had started my own thing and started doing shows, and they kind of showed me how to do that. So about 3 months of, probably about a year of interning, I finally started Leedz Edutainment, and we did our first hip hop show in 2004. It was a great show. It was Royce the 5'9", Color Linguist, Tone Deaf, a couple other ones, and it was a great show, but it tanked. Lost about $3,000, and basically that whole year of doing shows, I lost. Basically wiped out my whole life, my whole savings that I had saved in doing these shows. So that's kind of how the whole thing started, and then I kind of learned the format of how to do shows, and I was still working a part-time job selling cell phones and for Verizon and doing the promotions thing, and basically starving, and eventually was able to figure out the format and take it full-time, and Leedz Edutainment now is a full-time thing for me. When I was in college, about a year into, when I was in Northeastern, like a year into it, I was already interning. So I had already got my foot in the door. So by the time I graduated college, I was already all set. By the time I was graduating college, it was like, hurry up, let's get this over with. You necessarily don't have to go to college to be in the music industry. It's, not that I say the Northeastern experience wasn't good, it wasn't benefit, but it's not a must. When you go to school for something, it's good. Any type of higher education is good. You learn something. But Northeastern kind of put me, if I didn't go to Northeastern, I probably wouldn't have been in the Boston area. To be in the Boston area was important, because if I wasn't in the Boston area, I wouldn't have been able to adapt to the scene and see it for really what it was. So Northeastern gave me that. As far as my education in the music industry, they taught me some fundamentals, but the internship is what really taught me what I needed to know. I mean, hip hop is very close to me, and it is tough to balance it when your passion becomes your work. And sometimes they can bang together and take away from each other. When I first got into the business, I was very passionate, like purist, hip hop purist to the fullest. I had my set way of doing things, I had my set vision, and that's the way I stuck to it. Nowadays, I realize that you kind of have to do whatever works sometimes, and you might have a vision, but sometimes you have to compromise. You have to always compromise with the scene, the settings, people, artists, whoever, because it ain't all about what you do. Hip hop is an expression of myself, and I use it to express myself. And the music I record is very therapeutic, you know, to get your point of view out there to the world to hear. People can relate to it, they love it. I mean, it's a great feeling. The shows, I'm not as passionate as I used to be about them, but I still think they're very important. I still do them to give people that outlet to perform and to express themselves, you know, and I'm open to work with anybody who's hungry and who's willing to hustle. I have my set crew, and I kind of stick to that. I don't really branch outside of that because it's a very focused area, and that part of the expression I take very serious. So I really stay kind of strict to my vision. I freeze my vision with that one, but the shows not so much. And the balance of it is tough because if you're having a bad day or like something's going on in your personal life that you can't really deal with at the same time, and then you have to work, and you're talking about working in something you're passionate about, that you put emotion into, it can all blend together, and it can be very therapeutic, but it also can be very distractive. So the balance there between your passion and your work has to be, you have to be very focused with it, because it can be very dangerous at the same time and cause things not to get done. So you have to really stay focused. So college is important in general. As far as getting into the music industry, it's not a requirement. If you want to get involved in wherever you are, look at who's doing it. Look at who's doing what you want to do. And whether it's, if you're an artist, you know, look at other artists, what they're doing. If you're trying to get into the business side of things, find a business that's doing what you want to do and talk to them. See if you can get an internship with them. See if you can just do whatever you can to get in with them, or watch what they do and learn from that. It's a very hands-on business. If you study what people are doing that works, you know, that's your own education right there. You can learn from what other people do. Me, I wasn't a book smart learner. They would tell me to go read something that I didn't want to read, and it would be in one ear and out the other. I couldn't really grasp it unless I was really into it. I was very hands-on. So when I did the promotions company, they showed me how to do it, and I learned that way. So just follow your instinct, follow what you love, keep the passion, and just go find a company that's doing what you want to do and get in with them and do whatever you can. And you gotta understand that it is a non-stop job. In the beginning, you have to prove yourself, so you have to work harder than the next one. In any other business, in any business or anything, you have to prove yourself as a stronger worker than the next guy to get a better position in that company. It's 2 times as hard as that in the music industry. You have to prove yourself times 10, and you don't make that much money in the beginning. So you have to really love it and really want to be a part of it. Otherwise, it ain't worth it. Because at the end of the day, if you ain't doing what you love and you ain't loving what you're doing, it's not going to work out for you. Because the ups and downs are so high that you can find yourself saying, no, the hell with this job, the hell with the music industry. But if you really love it and you really believe in it, you won't care about that. So money is just a small object, and you really have to just believe in yourself and believe in your vision, and you'll be successful. We got dignity, we got respect, we got history.